Hello guys, in today's video we are going to discuss the solution of the problem binary representation of next number. So let us look at the problem statement. The problem statement says that given a binary representation in the form of a string of a number n, the task is to find a binary representation of n plus 1. So for instance, if the number which is given to us is 1 0, then the next binary number is 1 1, and that is what we are going to return. Similarly, in the next example, the number which is given to us is 111. So the next binary number is 1 followed by triple zeros. So that's about the problem statement, folks. Now let us discuss the solution of this problem. So in order to discuss the solution of this problem, let us take some examples. So let us say the binary number which is given to us is this, and we need to find the next element of this number. So the next element of this number, as we know, is 1 1 0 1 and 3 zeros. So this is the next number which we want to return. Now let us see how we will be able to code this. So in order to code this, what we are going to do is we are going to take a variable carry, and initially we are going to set it to 1. Since we have to add 1, that is why I am going to set it to 1. Now what we are going to do is we are going to iterate from the last element of the array, or the last element of the string. So this is the string s which is given to us, and let's say we want to create our answer string. Now what we are going to do is we are iterating from the last element of the array, and if the last element is 1, then we are going to set this element to 0 in the answer string. The reason why we are doing it is because we are adding 1 to it, and 1 plus 1 in binary is 0, and 0 is what we are maintaining it over here, and the carry remains 1. Similarly, once we have operated on the last element, then we are going to decrement our pointer, so our pointer reaches here, and again we are going to perform the same operation. So this becomes equals to 0 and the carry will be 1. Similarly, this also will become equals to 0 and the carry will be 1. Now as soon as we come to this particular index where the element is 0, once we come to this element, then what we are going to do is we are going to break our loop. And after breaking our loop, what we simply have to do is we have to flip the bit, or we have to make this element as 1, and the remaining element we need to copy as it is. So this will be 1 1 0, and this element will be flipped to 1, and all other elements remains as it is. And in this way we will be able to find the next element. Now there are some corner cases here, so let us discuss the corner cases as well. So let us say the number which is given to us is 1 1. Now the next number will be 1 0 and 0. Now if we apply the same logic what we have discussed in over here in this particular case, then this will be 0, this will be 0, and the carry will be 1. So if this is the case where we have exhausted all the elements of s and still the carry is 1, then in such cases I'm going to prefix this answer by 1, and then this is what we are going to return. So this is one corner case which we have, and the other corner case is essentially the input can have MSBs set to 0. So let us say the input is something like this. Now in this case, if we apply the same logic, what will happen is we will get our answer something like this by applying the same logic. So 1 1 and 0. So what we are going to do is we will apply the logic which we have discussed, and we will get to this position. Once we get to this position, what we are going to do is we are going to trim these MSB 0, which is irrelevant to us. And then what we are going to do is we are going to return 1 1 and 0. So that's the whole idea, folks. Now let us discuss the pseudocode for this problem. So let us say we need to find the binary next element, and s is the number, or s is the string which is given to us. So what we are going to do is we are going to take a variable I, and we are going to set it to len of s minus 1, so the last element. And then we will have another variable which is equals to carry, and we are going to set it to 1. And then we will have our answer string, and initially this is an empty string. Now we are going to iterate on I, while I is greater than or equals to 0 and the ith character equals to 1. And in such cases, what we simply need to do is we need to say answer is equals to, so that particular character is 0 and whatever is the answer so far. And let us decrement our ith pointer. And after the loop, we are going to check whether we have exhausted all the elements of the string. So if all the elements of the strings are not exhausted, in such case, I will be greater than or equals to 0, in which case our answer is simply S and from 0th character to ith character, and the ith character needs to be flipped to 1, so that is why this, and then the remaining answer which we have computed so far. So in this way we will be able to find the next element. Let us say we have exhausted all the elements. So in such cases answer will be equals to 1 and whatever answer we have computed so far. So in this way we will be able to find the next element. Now let us discuss the second corner case, which is to trim down any zeros from MSB. So in order to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to have a pointer I equals to 0 and we are going to iterate on while I is less than length of answer and answer I equals to 0. So the MSBs which are zeros. If this is the case, we are simply going to increase our ith pointer, and after doing so we are going to check if I, that simply means that there exists zeros in MSB, and in such cases let us trim down the such zeros. So to trim it down, what we are going to do is from I to all the elements towards the last, and then we are going to return answer. So that's the pseudocode, folks. Now let us see how we have implemented this in Python. So the implementation is pretty much the same as what we have discussed. We have a variable carry which is equals to 1, answer equals to 1, and I equals to last element of the string. Now I is greater than equals to 0 and s of I equals to 1. Till that point we are going to iterate on s and we are going to update our answer and we are going to decrement our ith pointer. Now if I is greater than or equals to 0, so that simply means we have not exhausted all the elements. In such case our next value or the next binary representation will be given by this. Otherwise we will simply append 1 or we will simply add a prefix of 1 in our answer and that will be our next number. Then we are checking whether there exists zeros in MSB. If there exists zeros in MSB, then we are trimming it down and towards the end we are returning answer. So that's the code, folks. Now let us submit our solution. So our solution got accepted. That is all from this video, folks. In case if you have any question or comment regarding this video, please feel free to use the comment section and I'll try to address them. Thank you.